Yes, indeed. Buffalo all the way this time. Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon. Is your team falling apart like the Patriots uniforms perna? The Chiefs have officially hit the panic button. Brittany Matthews, aka Patrick Mahomes' wife, gave the entire team the kiss of death and then attacked Chiefs fans on Twitter. Not smart, Brittany. There were at least 22 missed field goals and extra points this week in the NFL, including 5 in the Packers-Bengals game, 1 in London town, 2 that cost the Texans a win, 1 that made Dan Campbell cry, and 2 that didn't stop the Chargers from scoring enough points to beat the Browns in the game of the week. All of the best and worst from NFL Sunday starts now. Ah, God, I suck. Please subscribe if you want. Every Monday, I do the best and worst. I also recap the Broncos game, even though that's becoming very painful. And every Tuesday, my power rankings drop. Programming notes. Today's episode, though, is sponsored by HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com and use my code That'sGoodSports14 to get 14 free meals plus free shipping. Now that football season is well underway, I am busier than ever, which is why I rely on HelloFresh and their quick 20-minute meal options, so my routine is never altered. I've got 70-hour work weeks plus a 1-year-old running around, so HelloFresh protects my blind side by saving me time and money, allowing me to keep my routine and my wife and I fed. One reason I really love HelloFresh is because it gives me new ideas for meals I've made many times. We did burgers this last week, and HelloFresh's special sauce house burger was a huge hit. Just don't confuse the mini vinegar bottles for shooters. Ugh. That was just one of 50 menu options. And I get the family size, so I have leftovers, saving me even more time and more money. The 5-star recipes are printed out and super easy to read and follow, and everything is pre-portioned, so you're never wasting food. Again, go to HelloFresh.com and use my code That'sGoodSports14 to get 14 free meals across 5 boxes plus free shipping. Best and worst, jumping in across the pond, Jets versus Falcons in London. Now, nothing builds an international audience like flexing your global superiority with an over-the-top national anthem. Oh, say, can you see? And then giving all of Europe a football game between 2 of the worst teams in the NFL. Oh, you sang God Save the Queen on the field? That's cute. Now bow down and salute the all-seeing red, white, and blue. Worst, Jets edge rusher Quincy Williams got called for roughing the passer on a play that I can only describe as normal football. Just because you're in England doesn't mean you need to ref the game like it's soccer. Best, Kyle Pitts finally had a breakout game, catching his first NFL touchdown and giving the Falcons 9 catches for 119 yards. This game successfully converted 0 Europeans into NFL fans. Pats versus Texans, best. The Texans successfully running a flea flicker against the Patriots, who famously can't really run this play anymore. Davis Mills had a nice game overall, throwing for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns against a defense that pretty much shut down Tom Brady a week ago. Best, Davis Mills is officially the best rookie QB in the NFL and no longer just a neck meme. Although Mike Glennon, the original neck meme, did come in for the Giants this weekend, so I will be monitoring the correlation of Mills to Glennon in good quarterback play, just like all of the guys at Pro Football Focus for the next few weeks. Worst, the 2021 Texans can be summed up by this play. A 0-yard punt. Michael Dixon for the Seahawks managed to get 2 punts in one play, and Cameron Johnson can barely get off one. Detroit versus Minnesota. Worst, The Lions lose another one in very exciting fashion, taking a 1-point lead with 41 seconds left in the game, only for the Vikings to drive down the field ultra fast and set up a game-winning field goal as time expires. Plus, the Lions lose another key player. Wide receiver Quintez Cephas was having a great season. Now he's out with a broken collarbone. Best? Kirk Cousins and Mike Zimmer's relationship, rooted in BDSM. Kirk seems like the repressed type, but I bet he's dropped a couple "you like that's" in the bedroom, while Mike Zimmer asks him to punch him in the face while he comes. And now you know how he really injured that eye. Worst, seeing Dan Campbell cry after the game.
When you see your players give all that they have and you lose that way, it's tough. You know, you don't want that for them.
If Dan Campbell can cry, then perhaps I can finally hug my dad. Eagles versus Panthers. Worst, after a surprise 3-0 start, 2 straight losses for the Broncos. Sorry, I mean the Panthers. Carolina had a 15-3 lead in the second quarter, but a pair of Jalen Hurts touchdown runs got the Eagles back into the game. Worst, Sam Darnold played like Adam Gase was his head coach again. A passer rating of just 44, 3 interceptions, less than 200 yards passing for both QBs, and most importantly, no fucking rushing touchdowns for White Lightning himself, Sam Darnold. The Panthers desperately need Run CMC back in the lineup. Saints versus Washington football team. Best? Right before halftime, Jameis Winston launched a Hail Mary that is caught by 3 flags up champion Marquez Callaway. Honestly, God, I find it a little bit cruel that you would answer Jameis Winston's prayers before mine. Jameis was good Jameis this week, throwing 4 touchdowns and just 1 pick. Knowing Jameis is a Jekyll and Hyde QB though, look out for when he faces the Buccaneers on Halloween in 2 weeks. Circle that. Worst, last week I said Taylor Heineke was Ryan Fitzpatrick 2.0. Well, like Fitz, Heineke giveth and Heineke taketh away. This week, he completed fewer than half of his passes and tossed up a couple of interceptions, including a terrible one in his own end zone to Marshawn Lattimore. Tennessee versus Jacksonville. Best. This is how to get the bad taste of a Jets loss out of your mouth immediately. The Titans forced a fumble on the 3rd play of the game, allowing Kevin Byard to scoop and score, giving Tennessee the quick lead. Worst, the Jaguars employed an incredible strategy on Sunday. Let Derrick Henry do whatever the hell he wants. 130 carries for 3 touchdowns, or something like that. Maybe it was yards. Felt like carries. Looks like the Jags were just showing Urban Meyer how to keep their hands to themselves. How not making contact can actually be a moral victory. Worst, Urban Meyer saying they need to practice more QB sneaks. Literally the easiest play in football before he trusts Trevor Lawrence to run them.
I acted like an idiot.
Although I do not blame Urban for being weary of tall, hot blondes after the week he's had. Dolphins versus Buccaneers. Worst, goddamn Tom Brady went off in this one. Oh, he did. He had no touchdowns against his old team, then breaks out with 411 yards, 5 tugs, and 0 interceptions against the Dolphins D, a team that historically gave him some trouble. Funny how the older he gets, the more comfortable he is in Florida. Perhaps proof that Brady does age like a normal human. Or perhaps proof the NFL does not test for methamphetamine, which I believe by law is in the water in Florida. Best, Christian Wilkins flopped. Oh God, did he flop? Acting like he was Willem Dafoe's character in Platoon, getting lit up by machine gun fire by the Viet Cong. Packers versus Bengals. Best. And allow me to introduce you to Clark Harris, Bengals long snapper, aka Lawrence from Office Space.
Fucking A, man.
Clark Harris. He's the only long snapper in the NFL with a Pro Bowl hype video. That did not work. Best, Mason Crosby's first miss. Trust me, this was the best miss. Worst, Crosby missing all the kicks after, including a 36-yarder late. Worst, Bengals missed the kick, doinked the win. Worst, Crosby misses in overtime. Worst, McPherson misses in overtime, but he thinks he made it. He literally thought the refs were playing a joke on him. McPherson, the refs have no sense of humor, my friend. 5 straight misses in this game that nobody wanted to win. If there are 2 overtime missed field goals, the game should be immediately concluded, resulting in a tie. Best, Mason Crosby does redeem himself with the game winner from 49. Randall Cobb got the Packers into field goal range after Rodgers somehow got rid of the ball before going down in true godlike fashion. And all Joe Burrow got was a throat contusion and a free trip to the hospital after the game. Wait, sorry, Joe, this is America. No way that trip was free. Browns linebacker Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah also had to go to the hospital for a throat contusion. And I predict John Gruden gets the same injury after all of the NFL executive dicks he'll have to suck this week. Also, Devontae Adams had over 200 receiving yards and his best yardage performance ever. Bears upset the Raiders. Best, Justin Fields threw his first career touchdown pass to tight end Jesper Horsted, who I promise is a real person. And after hyperextending his knee in this game, Justin Fields missed a play, returned, got good news today. His knee is fine and he should be ready to go week 6 this week. Dan Campbell's perfect man, Justin Fields and his knee. Worst, this drop by Edwards. Did he try and throw the ball to the ground on purpose? That's the worst catch attempt I've ever seen. Best, John Gruden clarified after the game that he is not a racist. He just sometimes writes racist emails.
I'm not a racist.
Game of the week, Browns versus Chargers, 401-0. If you score 40 points without a turnover. NFL teams have 400 wins and 0 losses when those 2 things happen. So leave it to the Browns to shatter that record. This game wins our Benchwarmer Brew Caffeine Infusion Game of the Week award. Cause it was jacked like my beans. Come and jack my beans. Don't forget, coffee is a drug, and I want to be not just your drug dealer, but the biggest drug dealer in America. BenchwarmerBrew.com. That's my coffee. Buy it so I can be your drug dealer. Best, this was an incredible shootout in Los Angeles, and not like the 90s when all the shootouts were gang members in Raiders clothes. The Browns and the Chargers combined for 89 points, over 1,000 total yards, over 700 passing yards, almost 350 rushing yards. LA gave up 230 rushing yards and still won. Has that ever happened in a game? I don't know. Baker Mayfield was good. Justin Herbert was fucking great. And Cleveland finally got David Njoku involved in the game. Best, the Chargers use all 4 of their downs. They don't give a shit. They've gone 6 for 7 on 4th downs this season, including a 4th and 2 from their own territory when they were down 27-13. Brandon Staley is an analytics nerd, and the nerds are having their revenge. Worst, how the fuck do you leave Mike Williams this wide open? This was one of 11 touchdown passes that Justin Herbert has thrown in the last 3 weeks. Damn it, Elway! Damn it, why? Mike Williams is having a quiet breakout season, possibly ending the curse of being named Mike Williams in the NFL and failing. I don't know, that's a painful loss for the Browns, a great win for the Chargers, and let's see where the Chargers fall on my power rankings tomorrow. Giants Cowboys. Worst, when these 2 teams play, you know someone is going to suffer a horrific foot injury. It looked like Saquon Barkley's ankle tried to swallow a potato. The good news is, it's just a lower ankle sprain, and the YouTube doctor who reviews all player injuries thinks he'll bounce back from this. The bad news, Barkley's ankle has been removed from several fetish websites. Worst, Daniel Jones gets hit. A helmet-to-helmet hit, and looks punch drunk trying to run back to the huddle. It's a weird play too, as Jones is the one who lowers his head to lead with it and not the defender, so not a penalty here. Best, this play call by Kellen Moore is why he's one of the best OCs in the game. Fake end around, fake toss, and gets Zeke so wide open that he gets to high step before he even passes the line of scrimmage. Best, Trayvon Diggs picked off his 6th pass in just 5 games. Again, do not throw at a Diggs if you don't want the ball to get caught. Stephon, Quandre, and Trayvon Diggs all had catches this week, by the way. That's such a nice stat I found. Best, Kadarius Toney ejected for throwing a punch that he doesn't even really land. Niners versus Cardinals. Worst, Trey Lance dropping his shoulder and taking a violent hit on the goal line and not even scoring. Every young QB seems to have to learn to not do this the hard way. Lance definitely struggled in his first start, throwing a pick along with no touchdowns and a passer rating of 58.4 in the loss. Best, Rondale Moore with one of the greatest toe drag swag catches I've ever seen. I'm not sure if this was a better throw or a better catch. We also need a name that isn't toe drag swag. So if you have suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Foot, fit, good on, just give me some suggestions. Bills, Chiefs in the Sunday night showdown. Best, our wide open play of the game, Josh Allen rolling out and going bombs away to Dawson Knox, who caught a touchdown in the last 3 games for Buffalo. Dawson Knox, or as I call him, Riptide, because of his striking resemblance to Vance Joy having a season. Worst, Brittany Matthews, Patrick Mahomes' wife, telling Chiefs fans to shut up on Twitter. I don't blame Brittany for blaming the refs for all of the Chiefs' problems. We all do that. But when you go after the people who buy the tickets that pay your husband's $500 million salary, that's a bad business decision. Chiefs fans are loyal as fuck, but if you piss them off, they will turn on you. Just like they did to one of their biggest fans, the X Factor, who got knocked out in the stands in this game. Okay, tough guy. Why don't you try that shit on Boltman and see what happens? Worst, Chiefs wasting more time on this 1 touchdown pass than the entire 40-minute weather delay. Who's gonna be QB? Is it Kelsey? Is it Hill? Oh no, it's Mahomes. What do you think this is, Sean Payton's offense? Best, finally learning what fire means during this game.
They did say the oranges in the locker room were, and I'm quoting, fire. So that means good, Al. They liked the oranges in the locker room.
Here I thought it was this. The thing that killed Sigourney Weaver at the end of Alien 3. Best, seeing the Bills get 2 picks in the 3rd quarter. A pick 6 by Micah Hyde after the ball went through Tyreek Hill's hands, and a tip-in pick by rookie Gregory Rousseau. The Rousseau pick was more impressive, and the Hyde pick more impactful. Either way, the Bills' defense is, dare I say, championship caliber. Buffalo all the way this time. Best, Frank Clark getting flagged for a terrible roughing to negate a Josh Allen pick. Now this is what got Chiefs fans and Chiefs wives all mad on Twitter. The key here is that after that play, Josh Allen hurdled a dude, hurdled another dude, and just had an all-around clutch drive for the Bills offense. Worst, 2 picks and a fumble for Mahomes. That's 3 turnovers, or as I like to call it, hat-trick Mahomes.
I'm not a racist.
Thanks for watching That's Good Sports Best and Worst. Again, the Broncos recap will be up tonight. You can check out Power Rankings tomorrow and watch whatever video's on the screen right now.